The Daodejing is one of ancient China's most precious wisdom texts. It's the fourth most translated book in the world. It's one of my favorites. The name of the book means the classic of the way and virtue. Because it's an ancient text, there are a few different versions of this, but this book contains the oldest version found up to date. It's said to have been written by the mythical figure laozi, which means the old master. In fact, sometimes the book is called the laozi. However, it's unlikely that that was ever the case. The book is probably composed by multiple authors. In fact, even though the book is written to be in the style of the classic of poetry, which is a much older book, it's probably dated to around the Warring States period. This is significant because this was a big time for intellectual change in China. The Zhou dynasty had been overthrown, and people were scrambling for new ideas on how to organize the state and reunify China. Some of the contending theories at the time were Moism, or more famously, Confucianism. The book discusses the ancient Chinese metaphysical concept of the Tao, or way, which is basically the way in which nature unfolds. But if we try to define it, we lose what it is. We'll see this in a later video. In ancient Chinese thought, humans on earth follow the way of heaven or the sky, which is where the divine entities reside, and they, in turn, follow the way of the Tao. Confucians used to say that in order for people to act in accordance with Tao, we must act according to our social position. For example, if you are a father, you must act well as a father and do your job correctly. If you are the ruler of the state, you must do your job correctly as the ruler of the state, and you must make sure that you are acting within the roles that are assigned to you. But the Daodejing takes a more imaginative approach. It says, what if sometimes the way to go is not the way that you think? If someone wants to rule the world and goes about trying to do so, I foresee that they simply will not succeed. The world is a sacred vessel and is not something that can be ruled. The book says that sometimes instead of action, what we need is non-action. But this is not necessarily a passive non-doing. Instead, it is a way for us to think about nature already running its course and us going along with it. Instead of swimming against the current, why don't we swim along with it?